So this is certainly something that I had never really expected to ever exist. It totally came out of nowhere, totally blew my mind, so I had to, just the fact that this exists alone, this made me think that I needed to grab it, and I did. So I pre-ordered it, and it just came out in August of this year, 2023, and I wanted to take a look at it. But if you are in that camp of that really small group of people that probably don't know what Funkin' is, or even you've only heard of the name, and you're not really sure what else it is, and you're just like, why am I seeing this everywhere? Well, it's essentially a rhythm game that was released in 2020. It was put up on Newgrounds, and it's very well known for its huge modding community as well as its appreciation of Newgrounds history, which is something that I also appreciate it for, because with this really huge fandom that Friday Night Funkin' had created, full of modders and artists and music makers and coders and developers, it also spawned more like, it was like a web of fandoms where people were being introduced to things like Pico School and Madness Combat for the first time, and because of that, it created like a bunch of different subgroups of people with different interests. It was a pretty crazy thing to witness and honestly be a part of. So that's also why I took the plunge on this figure and pre-ordered it. Also, I would never expect this to even exist, like, ever. When it was announced, I could not believe it. So that also I had to take the plunge and pre-order it. So yeah, I think that this is a really fun looking little item so far, but I wanted to open it up and, show you all the bits and pieces and show you what you can do with it, all that good stuff. I'm just gonna take a look at the figure with y'all. Simple enough, right? Okay. So this is the box. I really like the pink brick wall with the paint splatter look. It's very eye-catching and good. I mean, the game's color scheme was like this black with this like really cool colors like magenta and purple and blue and stuff. It's very eye-catching. I really like it. Also, one thing that I do want to point out is that Nendoroids, mainly, if you also aren't aware of what Nendoroids are, they are little chibi versions of anime characters, or even video game characters, cartoon characters, what have you. At first it was mainly just anime characters, but then it kind of got into video games, and then cartoons, and indie games, as such as this. What's really funny is that they like chibify the characters, but this is just what Boyfriend looks like, so it's like perfect for him, because this is what he looks like. This is essentially what he looks like. It's really good. It's very good. I love it, honestly. So yeah, let's open it up. And also, it's brand new. He's still in this plastic, which is another really satisfying thing that I love opening about Good Small Figurines, is that, obviously to protect the figure, they wrap it up in plastic. So yeah, I have not opened this yet, so it's gonna be a nice fresh opening for y'all. Look at that, they're even advertising it's typed of stands for their Nendos, which is pretty cool. Wow, you can't even like notice the backdrop in the box here. You can hardly even see it, but it's a really cool little touch that they added. Whoop. Yeah, let me open up let me take out the backdrop so you can get a better look at that. There's the little pamphlet that it comes with. Whoop. Drop that, but that's alright. But yeah, look at that. This is also advertised, so you can like display this along with the figure, but I never really do that. I am sorry, but I am that guy who does not open his figures, or if he is able to, I open the figure and then I put it back in the box. Yeah, I'm that kind of guy. Yeah, this is you can see all the accessories and stuff, and there's even some little extra bits. There is tape. Of course there is tape. So this little bag here, it has the basic Nendoroid. It has the basic Nendoroid like accessories. Like this is the stand and everything. It's a classic Nendoroid stand. And then you got an extra joint, which is handy because you never know. These things break all the time. And then these are for the extra bits. We'll get to that in a bit. I'll show you what those do. And here is Guy, the main guy. Let me take that plastic off of him, finally. Let me free him. Let's see. That's all he has going on there. See, he's like wrapped in this. Okay, that's the initial. And usually it's just like in between the joints and stuff, so you have to take off the head. Here we go. Oh, he's headless now. And then you gotta take that off. So I guess that's like a head joint. That makes sense. Okay, that just popped right off. I thought I had to like manhandle it, but I think so. I think you can just like maybe. Okay, there we go. I hope that didn't leave. No, I don't think it did. I was worried that like would like leave some little bits of plastic inside the figure. Sorry, he won't be headless for very long. So yeah, I think, let's see. So I think you can just like separate. Yeah, you could just split. There you go, there's another piece of plastic. So that's how you change his head, which is very obvious. But yeah, so there we go. And then you just put his head back on. Wow, he is Boyfriend. There you go. So yeah, take a good look at him. It's pretty cute, pretty nice sculpt. I love how they modeled his hair. It's very, very cute. This is like, I don't know. I mean, there's been like fan models of like what he looks like in like a 3D space, but I guess this is like the closest to like an official 3D look for him. It's really cute that he has like the longer hair in the back. Really, really cute touch. I really, really like that. Of course, he has his sneakers. His little cross, no shirt, I don't know. Backwards hat, nice square backwards hat. He's like one of my favorite like designs. Let's go over like each of his accessories. So he comes with a couple of expressions, as Nendoroids do. He comes with like the missing face. This is like the face that he makes when he misses a beat. It's really funny. And then I think this is his expression for when he's like going down. So you can see on the gameplay there's like different directions. And that's like his face when like the beat is like down. So these are his little arms and hands. And you can see this is the hand that you can use to put it in his pocket. So he has his little hand in his pocket. And this is like a bent arm that you can put like an open hand on, say whenever he's like holding his microphone. There's his little peace sign, his little victory sign, and an open hand. He has just like regular fists on him right now. And this hand he uses to hold his mic. Which, speaking of, there's his mic. And then you can just put the mic in his hand if you want. So there you go. His hand is holding the mic now. And the last two pieces of accessories are these little cool little effect pieces, I guess I would call them. This is like for the little text that appears on the screen whenever you're making a beat, whenever you hit the button just right, and these are the different directional buttons that will appear throughout the gameplay. It's a pretty nice little setup of accessories and stuff. It's pretty nice. It's only set up a little scene and show you what it's like putting them together. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'm sure you're here for the experience anyways. So while putting together one of the poses for the figure, just to show how it works, I had noticed something about the neck joint that I wanted to point out. So what I was doing before was I was like pulling it apart, and then I took the head off for some reason, like so to where this neck joint was exposed, and then I put whatever head I wanted, or face. I put the face that I wanted on there. And then I put it together. And then I just tried to put it back on, but you can see how like part of his neck is still showing. So what's best to do for this figure is to, whenever you want to swap the faces, you just keep the you just keep the back of the head on the neck joint, and then put the face on like that. And then there you go. So that way you can put it together the correct way, and that neck joint is not exposed anymore. So you can see how it's supposed to be like inside. So yeah, also these arms are not, they're a bit flimsy, which is why these are definitely not toys. These are mainly for obviously like display and collecting and stuff like that. So what I am aiming for right here, so you can see how I have that face. What I want is this pose on the side of the box here. It's also on the back of the box, right there. And this will show us also how the little these little symbols and stuff work. So how you can put those on the figure and stuff. That's pretty fun. So okay, so we have the face. So now we got to get the arms. His little down arm, which, you know, so there he else gets arms off. I actually have, there are other Nendoroids that are like, I mean, all Nendoroids are like this, where they have these like little, arguably kind of flimsy arm joints, so they're really not for play. So what I'm gonna do, I already showed recording this, but I had already like gotten the figure ready for like putting it back in the box before I realized the mistake that I made, so I wanted to showcase that. And this is the bent arm accessory. You can see it's still a bit of a tight fit, which is fine. So yeah, and then you just put it on him like so. There we go, now he's got his mic. Put this new hand on, make sure it's facing down, so you don't have to deal with turning it as it's on the figure, even though I still gotta do that. So yeah, there we go. So now he's in his little cute little pose. So here's the base with all kinds of different peg holes for different needs. This is the main stand for the figure itself. All you gotta do is you just gotta, there's this little peg hole in the back of him, right there. And then you place this. It's not gonna go all the way in, which is fine. And then you adjust it as you need. You can even use these to put your figure like in, to mimic like your figure being suspended in air. So yeah, this is mainly like the main Nendoroid stands and stuff. So it's pretty cool. And then you can also use these little effect pieces, these little things right here. See how they have ball joints on them? They have ball joints on the bottom and on the tip. So you can attach it like so, and then you can also move it around like that, like any other direction that you need. And then you're meant to just place it like in one of these holes here. But I was pointing out how I wasn't crazy about how some of the pieces are really close to the figurine. I mean, you know, I'm like, especially this one, the one that says sick, I could just not be doing it right. So yeah, it kind of rubs against the figure. This is also why I want to re-record this for like that neck joint segment, because I was worried. I was like, oh man, you know, what if that was the reason why they weren't putting together? But you know, they still really don't fit together very great. But yeah, see how there's like really like no way to really like move it out the way to, because you could see on the box how they have these pieces like kind of really far away from him. I don't know, maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe it's not supposed to be like really, maybe it's supposed to be like this, it's supposed to be like much more like laid back, like that. So that's a little bit better. It's probably a little bit better, but it is a little awkward. It's a little finicky. So yeah, that's pretty much all I really wanted to say about this Funkin' Boyfriend guy. It was really neat to get him, and really cool to own him. I think he's all around really nice figure. I mean, good small figures are pretty good. I've never really seen a really bad one. But some things are awkward. I mean, that's just how, honestly, from my experience, it's just how some of these things go sometimes. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing this guy, and I do have other videos about toys and stuff. If you like learning about toys and just wanted to watch some nerd talk about his collection of stuff, as you could see all around the background here. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and have a good day/night. See ya!